Next, if the factorization method does not work, you can use the completing the square method to solve the quadratic equation. So there are several steps in using this method. Step 1, you need to make sure that the coefficient of x squared is equals to 1. If the coefficient of x squared is not equal to 1, you need to divide both sides of the equation, the left hand side and the right hand side, by the coefficient to make x squared equals to 1. The next step that you need to do is to rewrite the equation such that x squared and x terms are on the left hand side and the constant is on the right hand side. And finally, the last step is to complete the square by adding b over 2 square to both sides of the equation. Now the quadratic equation on the left is a perfect square. So this might all sound too complicated to begin with. Let us just work it out with an example and you will understand this much better. So let me give you a quadratic equation and you need to solve this quadratic equation. So I give you a complicated one. Two x multiplied by x minus 3 equals to 1 minus x multiplied by x plus 4. So the first thing that you need to do is to expand this into the general form. So if you expand this up, you get 2x squared minus 6x equals to x plus 4 minus x squared minus 4x. And if you rearrange them in the general form, you get 3x squared minus 3x minus 4 equals 0. Remember step 1 when I told you earlier, you need to make sure the coefficient of x squared has the term 1. So the first thing that you need to do to make it 1 is to divide this by 3. So you get x squared 3x squared over 3 minus 3x over 3 minus 4 over 3 equals 0. And you'll see that this equates to x squared minus x minus 4 over 3 equals 0. The next thing that you need to do is to rewrite the equation such that the term x squared and x appears on the left hand side, but the constant appears on the right hand side of the equation. We will move minus 4 over 3 to the right hand side and we will get x squared minus x equals to 4 over 3. Now for the final step, we need to complete the square by adding b over 2 square to the left hand side and the right hand side of the equation. We can see from the general form that b equals to -1. So what we need to do is x squared minus x plus minus 1 over 2 square equals to 4 over 3 plus minus 1 over 2 square. From here we can see that this equation on the left hand side will factorize to the simplified form x minus half square, and if you expand this side on the right hand side you get 19 over 12. The next thing that you need to do is to solve for x. So what you need to do first is to take the square roots on both sides and you x minus half equals to plus minus square root 19 over 12. And if you bring the half to the right hand side, you get half plus minus square root 19 over 12. With the help of your calculator, you see that x equals to 1.758 or x equals to minus 0.7583.